All right, guys, we are back with some more Monster Energy Supercross. For today, we have 2022 Oakland. Now, this track is the track that I made, and it came out pretty good. The track itself, the design is pretty cool, and it does have 2 whoop sections, so might make for some interesting racing. But yeah, we also do check out a second track by somebody else. I wanted to see how our track stacks up against somebody else's, and I feel like we did pretty good. I do prefer the track that I made over the other track, but it was still pretty good. We also do use the 250 and the 450, but the 250 to show you that the track works pretty darn good with the 250 as well. So yeah, we got that for you, and we start off with Ken Roczen. So let's jump into it and check out 2022 Oakland. And here we have it, 2022 Oakland. We are using Ken Roczen. Now, the reason I decided to use Roczen is because he is the man to beat. He looked pretty darn good at Anaheim 1, especially considering he said he hadn't rode very much. But yeah, looked really good, and so that's why we use Roczen. But this track, I actually built it twice because there's a jump, it appears a jump across the start straight. And you'll see that here. We cross the start straight, double, cross the start straight, have what looks like a wall, but maybe it's just a single jump. And then the jump over the start straight. It's huge. It doesn't appear to be that big in real life, but maybe it is. I don't think it is. It just, the way you make the start straights in this game, you can only make them so narrow, you know what I mean? So yeah, the jump is really big. In the first version of the track, it was a wall onto the start, but then I was examining the track map, and it looks like a double. So yeah, and we do have a few different ways you can hit this, and there very well could be a few different ways besides this. Like, you can triple over that table, and I thought I did, but I never did for the video. So there is a different line you would have if you tripled over the table. And then this big quad in the middle, it isn't super tough to get, but you do have to hit it. Like, you have to hit the triple just right to have the speed to quad in the middle, and then it was a triple out, I believe. And this double isn't difficult to get. It's just like third gear fully pinned, and not that difficult. And so yeah, the track came out pretty good. We finished this lap up, and then we switch over to the 250, which we do use Chase Sexton. And the reason I wanted to get him in the game, because I kind of want to talk about the race a bit. This was a crazy race. He was the fastest guy. Chase was going to win that race for sure if he didn't go down, have that weird bobble in the corner and crash. But it really doesn't matter. He was the fastest, I think, but it doesn't matter. Ken has the consistency, has been around, and did what he needed to do to win the race. So good job by Roczen, and I'm happy for him. And Webb ended up getting second, but the biggest news for me was probably Muscan. Well, specifically Muscan, but also Stewart. So I heard the discussion those two had after the race, and I side with Malcolm Stewart. I feel really bad for him. He was saying to Muscan that, hey, you got to be smarter. We both would have got on the podium. I don't know what you're doing. And Muscan was telling him, why didn't you brake? Why didn't you brake? Well, after watching it, I don't really know how easy that would have been. And here we switch over to the 250 with with Chase Sexton. And the track, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but the track works really well with the 250 as well. It is tough. It definitely is more difficult to navigate the track on the 250, but it does work pretty good. I actually think we get the quad on this second rhythm section. We triple in, Let's see if we do it. And we get the quad. The track works great for the 250. It's just like some spots you had to let off a bit on the 450, and so that was like in my head using the 250 as well. But excuse me, you don't have to let off obviously like you would on the 450. So yeah, track works great, and I really expect, well, let me go back to the Stewart Musquin thought. I like both the riders. I know some people don't like Musquin, but you know, I don't think, some people said, oh, I'm not surprised. I don't really remember Musquin being a very, I would say, aggressive or even dirty. I don't know how dirty it was, but just a really aggressive rider. I don't remember that, so I'm not really sure where people are getting that from. I know everybody's done it in the past, but Musquin did it twice, I think. He went down by himself, and then he took out, I think it was Cade Clausen, but that was for a transfer out of the heat, and then he just completely cleans out Stewart, and you could just tell, like, that was frustrating. I'm sure it was, and I really think how Musquin cut that corner. I don't know if Malcolm, I mean, he probably knew he was behind him, but I don't even know if there was much he could do. Plus, he ended up taking himself out too, so, you know, that never looks very good either. So yeah, that was super unfortunate for Stewart. So hoping for a rebound, and I mean, I'm a big fan of Malcolm Stewart, so I want to see him do good as much as anybody else does, you know. So that's just a kind of unfortunate. Webb looked really good. I was a bit surprised with Tomac, but I've seen it where he gets kind of a slow start and then, you know, he turns it on a bit later. So we'll see what happens with him. And this is the second track. This is by Chad, and it is 2022 Oakland. And as you can see, it is different. He doesn't have all the jumps there. He has a bunch of tables in the first rhythm section, and map doesn't appear to be that way. I don't believe it will be made that way, but still cool. The design, the layout is very similar, but I do prefer the version I made over this one. I'm not saying it's a bad track. It works really good. It isn't completely 2022 Oakland. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. There wasn't a ton of replicas to choose from on PC, so this is the only other one I could find. So you guys, girls, are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.